Let's resume the CSS coding learning. So, CSS classes stealing groups of elements. Let's learn how to steal groups of elements on a web page with the help of div elements. Group with elements inside the div elements to get started. We can style the group of elements we created using div as a tag selector. We can add other properties to steal the group of elements, for example setting background color to bisque. To improve spacing inside and outside of the group of elements, we can add margins and padding like margin 20 pixels. What are div elements used for? To groups elements together. Which one of these is a tag selector div? What do we use div selectors for? To steal the group of elements. What does this code do? It sets a 14 pixels margin around div elements. Add the div around the h3 and the image elements. So the div set div as a tag selector for this rule. Make the navigation of this web page stand out by setting the background color for the div element. Bollywood. Add the selector so that the div element has values set for the margins and padding. Discovering child elements. We learn that HTML uses something called the box model. The thing is, everything in HTML is considered a box within another box. Content, padding, border, margin. When we add a div element around other elements, we put a bigger box around other boxes. Because a div has another element nested inside it, we call it a parent element. The P element inside it is called a child element. If we add another two paragraphs inside the div element, we have three child elements inside one parent element. When we steal a parent element, There are some properties which only affect the parent, like border, paging, margin. Border. But other properties like color are transferred to the child elements from the parent. Set color to brown. Color brown. When a child element receives a property from its parent, we call this inheritance. Border. There is no hard rule for which properties are inherited. We'll learn more about how to look up which are inherited later. What happens when we add the div elements around other elements? The div element acts as a box around the other elements. What's an element surrounding another element called? A parent element. What's an element nested inside another element called a child element? What happens when we style a div element with a border? The child elements get a border as well. Only the div elements gets a border. What happens when we set a div element's color property to maroon? What's inheritance? When a child element inherits a property from its parent. Add the tag so the div element is the parent and the p element is the child. Add the tag so that the div element has two child elements nested inside of it. Add the border around the paragraphs grouped inside the div element. Add the property that child elements inherit. Use inheritance to set the color for all the child elements nested inside the div element. So we are done for today. I will put the invite link in the description. So invite friends, copy the link. I will copy the link and put it in the description. So give a like, write comment and share with your friends and share the playlist. Keep learning. Have a nice weekend.